Alright, it's been way too long since I've done a Pink Robin team. And today we're going to actually use Pink Robin with Yak, which doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. I have actually seen some people play Pink Robin with Manatee in Arena before. I guess maybe they were just trying things out. That does work as well, but not a whole lot you can do with it. But Yak does have the advantage of not dealing as much damage to itself as Manatee does. Still going to be pretty difficult, I think, to try and build a combo around it. So I guess we're just going to look for Yak on turn 3. We take the level up, we don't get anything that we particularly want. Although maybe I'm going to try and transform this Fringe Head into something else. We do find the Pink Robin, so we'll take that. And then there's the Yak, so perfect timing. Maybe we'll just keep the fish until next turn so we can swap the stats from the fish onto the Pink Robin. Pretty funny team here from Equi. Is it going to be a draw? Yeah, we barely scrape a draw, that's fine. We need to get the Yak into the team though so that it starts scaling up. Okay, actually looks like I'm going to stat swap onto the African Wild Dog. So for a while there were a couple of different teams that I was working on for African Wild Dog. It is one of those units that initially I thought it was pretty bad. And to be honest, in Danger Pack I don't think it's great. But I think in Customs you can do a lot of fun stuff with it. There will be another African Wild Dog video coming soon. Maybe going to lose here. Yeah, we just lose by 1 HP, which is a bit unfortunate. But oh well, we still had 5 hearts at that point. Okay, we're going to take some stats onto the Pink Robin. Not strictly necessary, since all it needs to do is feint so that we activate the Yak. Now Yak was changed a while ago to actually gain more attack. I think it's gained more attack than it used to, but it deals more damage to itself at higher levels. So sometimes it's just not worth going for the higher level Yak unless you have maybe Silk Moth or some other unit that's going to help heal the Yak at the end of turn. Which I guess we do here. We have the Tropical Fish, which is going to refill the health. I transform the Anteater into Bethafish. Now here, the Pink Robin gets sniped, so we can actually see the Yak's ability getting triggered in battle. It doesn't really help us at all, so we're going to lose. But we can set the team up in such a way that the Yak hitting itself is actually going to benefit us. And I think the way we're going to do that will become clear very shortly. Yeah, there you can see the Yak does 2 damage to itself now that it's level 2. So it's actually losing 1 health per turn, which isn't great. But luckily we faced this owl team that was clearly greeding for Stoat. So it gives us a free win and a chance to get the team set up. So I'm going to pill Kappa looking for, well, generally we're just looking for a large unit, but I think I'm looking for something specifically. We don't get it on this transformation, but I think the goal here is just to keep transforming the Hoopoe Bird until we get the unit we want. Absolutely incredible roll for Yak. Myself and Rev have both been extolling the virtues of Yak recently for these types of builds, you know, unorthodox builds where a lot of the time just staying alive is what is most important. You know, avoiding your units getting wiped at start of battle so that you can actually see the combo go off. Now we don't necessarily need the level up on the Pink Robin here, but I take it anyway. Hopefully, it would kind of be nice to have a donut on the Yak so that it's guaranteed to get the stats from the Moose. But luckily this team is left with only 3 very small scalers, and so we clear up. Level 2 Moose. So I think we can be pretty confident at this point that we're going to get enough HP to not have our combo disrupted. But we needed a transformation and we finally get it, so there it is. The Monkey-Faced Bat is a new tier 3, one of my favourite units they've added in Danger Pack. It is a little bit awkward, but I think this is probably the most fun way to activate it. Besides the fact that we face this snipe team, so they activate it for us and actually waste all the triggers on the bat. It only has 3 triggers. But you can see how the combo works there. The Pink Robin faints, the yak hits itself, and then that means the bat ability goes off and gives extra stats to the units behind. So here there's no real reason to go for level 2 African Wild Dog, so we're just going to use it to get extra stats from the moose. And we'll see, hopefully we'll see the ability actually work pretty soon. So yeah, the African Wild Dog attacks, triggers the bat once, and then the yak gets activated by the Pink Robin, and we get a second trigger. Now it isn't a huge amount of stats, so this isn't really a synergy that you can hang your hat on, but the moose stats are a big help. And I'm just going to take the popcorn to make sure that we have something else left in the backline if the moose gets sniped and the African Wild Dog knocks itself out. Here we actually face a bird. Not sure what this was, what pack this is. Maybe it was just a random pack. But luckily we do get to see the combo go off. Unfortunately, the rhino snipes 2 of the units instantly. But I think here, because of buying the popcorn, we actually scraped a win. I was pretty worried when I saw that opposing team, but thankfully it all worked out in the end. Bird, let me know in the comments if you won that run. Now I think, is there anything else we're still missing? I don't think so. I think I'm willing to just accept that the African Wild Dog is only ever going to do 15 damage from the cheese. I'm not sure I even had stake in this pack. Unfortunately here, both the, of course this is pre-update, so the bat's ability is still start of battle, meaning we can have our perks overwritten immediately, but luckily we had enough health to power through. Definitely not noticing any stake in the shop. We get level 3 bat as well. Would be kind of nice to get some kind of protective equipment on the yak, like garlic. I'm not actually sure I had garlic in this pack. Pretty strong looking team here. Again, the yak does hit itself, but unfortunately the triggers had already run out on the bat. But that is now us on turn 15, 9 wins. Just going to spam the health food. Unfortunately, one of the orange hits was wasted on the yak. The moose should avoid it, although of course, yeah, the yak hits itself first, so the moose does waste some stats on it. And this is looking like it could be winnable. Unfortunately, again, all the bat activations happen before the Pink Robin faints, and we actually lose because that was a higher level green sea turtle, which meant that the melon actually blocked more damage. So I think that was a 1-attack monkey blocking all of the attack from the yak, was it? I wasn't paying close enough attention there. Thankfully this time the moose hits the Pink Robin instead of the yak. Another snipe team. So again, all the triggers are going to go off before the Pink Robin gets to faint. But I think you can see they just don't have the stats. And so the Pink Robin Yak combo, awkward as it is, does get the win on turn 16.